So to tie this pink shrimp, I'm using a C46 FWBL hook by Maruto Daku, and on it I have a 2.5mm countersunk anodized pink bead, tungsten bead. Now, a very important aspect of tying this fly is the lead underbody. Not only does it give it extra weight to get it down, but it also helps to create the perfect profile to have an effective shrimp compartments. So basically the first thing I want to do is I'm going to add on a light layer of my fine Kevlar silk. And then I'm going to enhance the curve of that hook on top by placing a small piece of flat lead cut at an angle. So that's the flat lead I'm going to be using, and as you can see I have already cut one end with an angle, and I'm going to cut the same back a little bit further, and I'm going to place that on top of the hook. It can be a little bit tedious at times, you're working with small pieces of lead, but just take your time, get it right, and get it on top of that hook. This will help to create that nice slim profile that we're looking for in our finished product. So I'm just going to trap that in on top, not putting any great tension on my thread, making sure the lead follows the curvature of the hook. That's in place. Once you get it into place, you can start putting a little bit more tension on the thread to secure it in exactly where you want it. This thread is great, you can put quite a number of turns into a small area and it won't bulk up the underworking of your fly. So now I've enhanced that hump that's on that hook, and I am then going to just tie off that thread for a minute. Just take it out of the way. Now to further enhance that again and to add an extra piece of weight, I'm now taking a fine lead, fine round lead, and I'm going to start just at the back here, and I'm going to wind that lead the whole way up. So then we got quite a lot of extra weight in there, and we haven't bulked up the fly. Our profile is still very slim. Just take away that little piece of lead there. Our profile is very slim, as you can see, and we have the depth and the curvature we're looking for to create the perfect nymph. Now before we go any further, I'm going to take a small piece of super glue and I'm going to super glue all that lead work into place. Giving it a couple of seconds to dry. That's not going to go anywhere. Now I'm going back to my fine silk again, and I'm going to trap all that into place and get ready to build the fly. When you're putting in that lead work, make sure you keep it back a little bit from the bead so that you have a little bit of room there to finish off your fly later on. I'm going to put a nice collar on this one. So now, once that's all done, that's your prep work done, and probably one of the most crucial aspects to tying this fly to get the profiles looking right. Now, the next thing I'm going to add in is a piece of clear monofilament, and the purpose of this material, this is 0.14 monofilament clear, and you can add a coloured monofilament here. It would give the segmented parts a bit of distinction between each other, adding in a colour monofilament. For this particular part, I like to add in clear, so this is what's going to create the segmentation on the nymph back, or the thin skin, or whatever you using for your back of your fly. Okay, so once that's in place, I'm then going to take a bit of pearl flashback. So this is cut from a sheet. It's done by Sybai. Okay, you can get this in lots of lovely colours. It's fine. It has a lovely UV fleck to it, and you can cut it to whatever size, thickness you wish yourself. So I'm just going to add a piece of that in there now and leave it hanging on the back, and that'll be there for later on. Pulled over. Okay, now I'm going to take some pink Spectra dubbing. Which is number 19, and I'm going to just dub that on. Of course, you can tie this fly in an absolute multitude of colours. Orange works quite well, purple, and even a darker pink that I tie I have found to work quite well for grayling also. Using angel hair, just break the angel hair apart and dub it on. So now I'm going to put a good layer of that up the body. Not too worried about the profile now for a minute. I'll get that profile back when I get the dubbing up. It's going to look quite bulky till we manage to brush it out and get it right. So put a good layer of it all the way up, covering up the fly. And then I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to go back down over it and back up, just to help to secure that in, because I'm going to do a lot of brushing on it, and I want to keep that nice and secure. So now I'm going to take my ever faithful toothbrush and I'm going to start brushing that down a bit, just to create the legs, but also to give us back that slim profile by brushing out some of that dubbing. Start plucking away some of those longer pieces of dubbing below, just for the moment to tidy it up until we get there finished. For next step, we're going to take our sheet of pearl and we're going to get that over the top. We're going to just tie that in there at the eye, just like so. Now, before you go any further, don't, a trick I've learned the hard way, don't cut away that piece of waste just yet. It can often be the case where this can come loose. If you cut it away and as we're tying on the rib, it can come loose just there behind the bead, and it's quite difficult. You have to go back basically to start and start again to get that back in there. If you leave it out and if it comes loose, then we still have plenty of stuff to work with. So I'm going to take my ribbon now, and as I come around, I'm going to create the segmented look on the back of the nymph. And at the same time, as you can see, as I bring up my monofilament, I'm just brushing it down, just brushing back those fibres from the dubbing. It's right up there to the head of the fly. Switch hands. A couple of turns there to trap it in, keeping the tension on the thread. A couple of more turns in there at the back of the head. Now take away your ribbon material. And we can also just nick away our pearl flashback. couple of turns for looking there at the back to make sure it's all good and secure. And again, a little bit of a brush before we get to the last couple of components of this fly. Just making sure all our hackles are where they need to be. So now you can whip finish that thread. Take that away. Just to finish off this fly, we're going to take some Tommi Fly UV reflective thread. I'm going to put a little orange hot spot in there behind the bead. Let's just create that little hot spot. And we're just going to take a little bit of, small little bit of super glue for this one. I'm just going to put a little bit of super glue on that thread, just like so. And go into your whip finish. And there you have it. Very simple little pink shrimp. Has worked great for me over the years on many grayling rivers in Slovenia, throughout Wales, and quite simple fly. Remember that key component, get that lead underbody done correctly to get that nice slim profile, so when that shrimp is swimming through the water or dropping down through the water levels, it's flashing from side to side. That's the idea. Thanks for watching. Happy fishing, happy time. See you soon.